Welcome to Thriving Our 30s, a judgment-free space where you're encouraged to speak up, be yourself, and embrace that it's okay not to be okay. We can still thrive at our own pace.
This is Christina.
And this is Anna.
And we are so excited to share this incredible journey with you. Let's go!
All right, well, welcome back to Thriving Our 30s. Yay, another episode. I know it took a while. We've just been really busy.
A lot's been going on.
A lot has been going on.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing?
I hope everyone's doing well.
Yes.
Well, Anna and I, we've been seeing each other, I guess, more frequently the past week or so.
Yeah.
Just catching up.
Yes.
And everything with our friend who, it was his birthday a couple days ago. So
yeah,
it's just good seeing everybody.
Yes.
Good seeing everyone.
Yeah, we just I feel like we usually see each other via Zoom. You know, that's just how life works, right? When life gets busy, we're like, let's see via Zoom. But we've been intentionally trying to see each other in person more. Mm-hmm. And I think this episode that we're going to be talking about is really receiving. And I feel like us seeing each other, we've been learning to receive more help on both ends, as in for our mental health, on our personal and business. Not sure if any of you who's listening, to this episode, being business partners, but also being friends is hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. And
it's a marriage.
It is. Yes, it is a marriage. And it's those things that we are still learning, but the intentions are there, and we are doing a little bit better with receiving and asking for help with one another, and just putting our pride and ego aside.
And kind of continuing on from our last episode, because we talked about the burden of being first.
Yes.
Right. And a lot of the times, especially if you're a firstborn, you're going to resonate with this, but it's really hard to ask for help.
So
especially
hard.
When you're firstborn.
Yeah.
And it's hard to receive, because I feel like a lot of the times we've grown up our whole life needing to take care of other people.
Yeah.
Needing to take care of our parents, needing to take care of family, siblings, right? Everything is just on our shoulders, and we have so much expected from us.
Yeah.
Where we're so good at giving, right? But receiving then becomes a whole different thing, because we're just not used to it. It's something where it feels outside of our control.
Right.
Because we don't know what the other person's going to give. Right? Yeah. So it's outside of our control. And also, I think receiving also makes us really think about our worth as well.
Yeah.
Am I worth to receive this?
Right.
I think it questions that a lot. It also, we think about, well, I don't want to burden the other person.
It's always like that.
Yeah.
I feel, I think that was one thing that I'm still working on, is I don't want to burden my own problems, my own challenges.
To someone else.
Yes.
So I'm taking this coaching program, and one of the things that the coach was talking about is when you receive, you're actually giving the other person the opportunity to bless you.
My therapist told me that.
Oh, really?
I love my therapist. If you guys are not seeking professional help,
you should.
Therapy is just
Mwah.
Yes, chef's kiss. I always say.
Yeah.
It's so good because that was
needed.
And I think when my therapist told me that, I was like, wow, I never really thought of it as that perspective, because have I been holding on to so many things just because I had that fear of burdening someone? But in reality is that other person who is wanting, maybe they're going through that same thing.
Yeah.
But their approach might be different, where I could have asked for help and they could have, learned from that experience. And so there's so many things now that I'm not afraid, to ask for help anymore, or if I do, I don't feel as guilty.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's another thing is guilt. Just letting people know hey, I do need help with Like, let's say, for example, like a client or, you know, with my work schedule, you know, you always step in, you know, like before I would feel so guilty. I always say, I'm like, I'm so sorry, Christina. I'm so sorry for putting this on you. But then now it's like, we're helping that individual.
Yeah.
Like both of us are helping, not just one. So it's a learning process.
It is a learning process. It is a learning process. And I think it's also, it's so easy for us to give.
Yeah.
But when we are in a position of receiving, then, you know, when we don't do it, we're taking away that opportunity for someone else to either bless us or even someone to have the, some people just, even if it's a burden, like we think it's a burden, they want to be there to help carry that. But we're taking away that opportunity too.
Yeah.
But also another part of it is when we're so focused on giving and when we're on the other side of receiving, it's a power dynamic switch too.
Right.
So it's like, I'm so used to being in control.
Yeah.
Now I have to question, oh my gosh, like if I'm not the one giving, then I'm not controlling that situation anymore. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
And I think for me, I'm such a control freak, so it's hard.
Same. I just feel like that's just because our whole life it's either, what's that saying? We're always in the flight or fight.
Fight or flight mode.
Yes.
It's fight, flight, or fawn.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
So fighting is like fighting.
Yeah.
You know, obviously. Flight is like you run away.
Yeah.
Fawn is you freeze. Wait, hold on. I think it's fight, flight, freeze, or fawn.
Okay.
I think freeze is freeze. I think fawn.
Freeze is freeze. Yes.
I gotta double check with my sister on this. I remember she was like explaining it super thoroughly. But there's fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. I know there's fawn.
I never heard of that term. I heard about like the free, like the
freeze
flight.
is like you just don't do it.
Yeah. I just heard about like the flight
flight. You're fight.
Yeah. I'm always in a fighting. I was like always in that fighting mentality is because like, you know, like just like our last episode, we talk about being first. Like you've been through it. You don't want your family to go through it. Yeah. So you're always in that fighting mode or you're like that protective mode. I think that's what it is. It's not like I'm trying to fight. I'm not, okay? But it's like I am so protective. Yeah. Like I'm so protective over my family, my friends. Like I've been through it. Like I can handle it.
But that's the other part. See, we have this mindset of I can handle it. I'm willing to sacrifice myself.
Yes.
I'm willing to like let others go before me.
Yeah.
So that's my way of giving.
Right.
But
it's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not because I feel like it's just a control thing, number one.
Right.
Well, at least for me it is, right? And number two, if I always say, oh, I can handle it, I'm sacrificing myself, then I'm putting myself actually more down. So a lot of it for me personally is also fear driven. Because it's that fear of what if I'm not needed? Right? Because it's like if I'm not the one sacrificing myself, then what if I'm not needed anymore? So it's like a whole other underlying thing that like for me, like talking through it with my coach was like, oh wow, I didn't even know that was there, which all came down for me. It was really all about people pleasing. Because if I'm the one sacrificing myself, I'm the one that's putting them before me, right? Then it's like that then they will need me, right? But then I'm doing all that because I want to please them, because I want to be loved.
Right.
It all comes down to that.
Oh, I
know, right? It's like
that deep. Yeah, that's really deep. It took it to a different level here.
Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of the part about being able to receive is, do we feel like we're enough? Do we feel like we truly are loved? Because if we do, like, okay, example is a baby. Okay, the baby's not going to question, Mom, why are you giving me food?
Yeah.
Baby's not going to question, Mom, why are you, giving me treats? Why are you giving me this? Babies are just going to receive. But I think as we grow, we lose that sense of, I receive it because I am worth it. It's like an automatic thing that I should be able to do. But we lose that sense. And eventually it becomes like, I have to give. I have to give up this for others.
Yeah.
And then in that sense, then our identity, our us
Get
feeling
lost within
feeling
those
like we're good
transitions.
enough, like all these things.
Yeah.
Then we start to question it, because as an adult, it's so hard for us to receive. But when we were babies, it wasn't.
Yes. I was not ready for this part right here. we had this whole thing for this podcast, but this just took a turn, and I feel like we are at the point, especially now that we're closer to our like mid-30s and stuff, that, you know, that being seen, feeling of you're enough, feeling of you're loved in any environment, like whether it's workplace, whether it's at home, all of that transitioned into how you would receive, like, and you're so right about that. And I think like I struggled with that, and I still do, you know, at times where you feel like you just have to do everything. You just have to like take care of everything and everyone.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're doing it intentionally. It's like you just do it because that's just how you were taught and raised. Like, right.
Going back to the burden of being the first one, right? To do everything.
Yeah. And like sometimes like if those around like not understand where you're coming from, like they might take it wrong, as in like, oh, she just wants to do everything herself, or she just likes to be in control of everything. And, you know, like it can be like a different perspective too, looking in. But I'm still learning the process of that receiving end.
One of the things that one of the coaching programs that I'm like going through right now, they're talking about like different female archetypes. I don't know if you've like heard of this or not.
No.
But one of the things they talk about is there's an archetype, and they call it a prostitute archetype.
Prostitute?
Okay, bear with me. Okay. Anna's like, huh? Like, where is it turning?
Yeah, because
so it's called prostitute archetype. So pretty much the idea behind it is, not saying anything about prostitution. Okay. Just the idea behind this archetype is, you're giving more than what your value is.
Okay.
So you don't see your self-worth and value. So you're always just giving, and undervaluing whatever it should be valued at. Like, for example, it could be boundaries.
Okay. Yeah.
With boundaries, if we don't have healthy boundaries, a lot of the prostitute archetype, that vibe or energy, right? It would
have to look this up, you guys.
It would be like,
I'm trying to say
you don't have like a healthy boundary. So you're always giving.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Even if you have nothing to give, you're still giving, right?
Yeah.
And you're not that's showing that you're not valuing your time, you're not valuing yourself. So that's like that energy, the prostitute archetype. Now there's also queen. The opposite of it would be the queen archetype, where you know your worth, you know your value, you're able to receive. You're able to just be you and know that you're enough just as you are.
Yeah.
And you have healthy boundaries.
Sorry guys, I'm reading through this because they're like, it's just saying, this is what ChatGPT is saying.
This is just like, I guess if you were to give it some sort of label, if you will, of what we tend to do, right?
Yeah.
But those are opposite spectrums. One is not knowing your worth, not knowing the value that you hold, undercharging, right?
Yeah.
Having no boundaries. The other opposite spectrum would be you know your worth. You're able to receive because you know your worth.
Right.
You're able to have healthy boundaries because you know your worth.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm reading it here, and it's just...
What does ChatGPT say?
I mean, this first question here, this is crazy because I pulled it up, and they're like, what principle am I currently sacrificing for security? And that right there fell under the Prostitute archetype. It's just a weird name.
I know, it's a weird
I
name.
think that's what it is. That's what's throwing me off. But what it translates into is called survival.
Yeah,
archetype.
It is survival because we had to, like, going back to what we talked about last time was
being the first.
That was our survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Right? We had to always find a way to, feel like we're needed, feel like we're loved. Right? And because of that, we didn't have healthy boundaries. We didn't know how to receive. We're just always giving. And we were told giving is good.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not saying it's not. Being generous is definitely good.
Right.
But we have to be able to give from a place of being full, not a place of being empty.
Like your cup has to be...
It has to be full.
Yeah.
What are we giving if it's not full?
Yeah. And if it's like, there's so many quotes out there on social media, right? If your cup is half empty, but you're trying to like water like people around you, like you can't, because you're always going to be pretty much like watering those, like all the trauma that you're going through on them. And so like all of that comes around where, you have to be in a good place where, you have to know like you are enough, you are worthy, you are loved, in order to be able to have that community around you, so that you can start receiving in a better place than you were if you're not. And I think that comes down to like, if you're receiving but you're in a bad state of mindset, then you're not gonna even understand that receiving part of it.
Right. It's like I saw this video with Steve Harvey.
Okay. Yeah.
It was talking about how like God is trying to pour blessings to you, but you don't know, but you're not there. Yeah. You're over there. Yeah. So it's like you're not receiving because you're on the street of, I think he said, I'm not good enough. Yeah. I'm not good enough street. I'm not enough street. Yeah. But God is on this street. So you're just on the wrong street. So you can't receive it. But the blessings are there. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Because I don't know if many of you that are listening to this, like ever at a point in life where it's just one day it just clicks on why all these things happen, right? Like why these obstacles, these challenges, like these people that are in my life that maybe no longer in your life anymore, why these chapters are turning and why you're on this page, why. And one day it's going to click. Yeah. And that's where you'll be there, where God has placed you to be at, right? He's been waiting for you to get to that point, right? And there's so many moments.
And sometimes you have to be at that moment in order to receive. Yeah. Yeah. Like for example, it might be identity. Yeah. Maybe like you just have to have a different belief about who you are, right? In order to actually be able to receive. Right. It could be so many things, right? It can be what ChatGPT said about your principles. Yeah. Maybe right now you are like lowering your standards. You're changing what your principles and your morals are, right? Yeah. But maybe you have to be in a place where you don't do that. Then you're going to be able to receive. Right. So I feel like there's a lot of like the underlying things that we actually have to go back and take a look at. Like we all know, like we all have it within us to know, like, where did this start? Yeah.
Like your why.
Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily not your why. Like, where did all this start? Like, from
you mean
what
like the
happened?
Trauma, like all
that?
If
it could be a trauma. It can be something happened as a kid. It can be like we were told something as a kid. Like, where did this all start? Where we started to shift and think that we have to always be giving. That we can't really receive. Yeah. Like, it started somewhere. Because when we were going back to being babies, like we never had issues receiving when we were babies. Yeah. But it changed somewhere along the line, right? Of us growing up.
It could be like, family.
Yeah, but I think
situation.
I think it's a good opportunity just to really sit down with ourselves and just really think. Because we know, I'm sure every one of us, we all know what that turning point was. Right. And then really going back to that and just thinking, okay, is that true? Like, is that true to me right now?
Yeah.
What I've been doing the past week actually is like this whole acknowledging. So anytime like I feel like any type of a negative emotion or whatever, before I would just feel it, right? But now I'm more aware of it and I'm like, wait, and I just catch myself.
Yeah.
And then I recognize what that feeling is. And then I do that. I just go back like, why do I feel this? Right. And then I just pause and then I let myself feel that emotion. Then like, for example, like sometimes like a couple days ago, I felt like super like let down, like super hopeless. Right. I'm just like, okay, why am I feeling this? Right. And then I would say, okay, I acknowledge this feeling. Okay. I see you. I acknowledge you. But maybe back when I was a kid, it was a defense mechanism. So I needed this feeling to survive, but I don't need you anymore. So I'm going to let go of you. And then I just like, and I just feel better.
Yeah.
But like kind of going through that with receiving too.
Right.
Right. Like, why do I not receive, or why am I unable to receive? What is that? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
And then really understanding where that trigger started and then acknowledging it, because maybe back then it was a defense mechanism, it was a survival tactic, what have you.
Yeah.
But acknowledging it and saying, thank you. I acknowledge you, but I don't need you anymore. You know, I'm in a different place now. I don't need you anymore. And then just releasing it. I think that's, I don't know, for me, it helps so much.
Yeah.
It helps so much.
Yeah. I might be different because I don't do that. I mean, everyone's different, right?
Everyone's different.
Maybe I'll maybe one day I will get to that place where I will acknowledge it and let it go. I mean, I feel like it's similar, but for me, I like to journal. That's me letting it go. So maybe that's my way of acknowledging, right? But I journal a lot. And I journal because I have to express every feeling that I'm going through. And that's something where, for me, that's releasing that energy out through words, right? Words that I couldn't say it. Words that I'm writing now. And it doesn't have to be perfect. No one's reading this. So if you guys, pick up a piece of paper and start writing, it really helps. Like just letting go of all of that. But if you were to task me, if I were to do the same, like acknowledging it, like, in words, like to say it out loud, I don't know if I could do it just yet. And
I mean, we're different.
We're different. Yeah. And so everyone's different, right? And I know you say like, when to think back of that turning point of where everything just started, like, that trauma, or like you're not receiving, or you're not receiving it well enough, or how do you give, and all that turning point can be, maybe it would happen 5 years ago, something happened. It could happen probably 10 years. It doesn't, wherever that turning point is, as long as, you're sitting in car and you're acknowledging it, or wherever you are in life, like, and you acknowledge that, that means you're taking that next step of accepting and understanding that, hey, I could be better starting today. So,
and it's the effort that you're making.
Yeah, it is. And it's the mindset that you're taking that turn to say, okay, I'm acknowledging it. So what can I do next to be a better me today?
Yeah, you're choosing it.
Yeah.
You're choosing to be, to take that leap.
Yes. Yeah. To turn the page.
To turn the page.
Turn the page.
Like that song.
What song?
There's a song.
Okay. Is it a country song?
Definitely not.
Okay. Then I would know. She likes like the old school R&B.
Yeah. She likes country.
So I feel like this is a good place too to
wrap up.
Yes. And that was a lot to unpack. It really,
we were not planning.
No, we weren't. So this is actually a good thing. So that you guys can also see, like, this is organic of how conversations can go, and whether it's just us two not recording, this is really how we talk to each other.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
And we talk to the next page of what we do with, business wise and stuff. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining with us today on this episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.
Bye.